Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be discussing the ModSaw. Now, you might not know what a ModSaw is. It is a 3-in-1 arrow cutting saw that also allows you to square your arrows and spin them. Now, whether you are a DIY arrow builder or a professional, this tool will be a game changer to the way that you build arrows. I'm going to show you why. Let's dive in. All right, first off, let's talk about the design and quality of the ModSaw. There are two finishes that are offered, black and silver. Both are going to be made of aluminum. The silver does have a little bit of a premium upcharge, but both are high quality built saws. The dimensions of the ModSaw are 38 inches long, 3.5 inches wide, and 3 inches tall. Now, the saw itself is an impressive 11,000 RPMs that can just be plugged into your typical outlet. Cutting the arrows is a 1.5-inch diamond-coated cutoff wheel that is built for durability and precision. I tested this by cutting 3 different arrow materials: aluminum, carbon, and wood. Now, for this video, I'm going to be demonstrating a carbon cut, but if you're interested in the wood arrows, being a traditional archer myself, this was a huge benefit to me, especially having this spinner. You can check that video out in my other videos of arrow building. Something else really incredible about this saw is that it has a dust management system. Now, you might be saying to yourself, wow, is she really going to cut it in her studio? I absolutely make all my arrows right here in studio. In the back of the ModSaw, there is a vacuum attachment. So a standard attachment is 1.25 inches for that hose. It also has an optional adapter for 1.75 inch hose. So I have a small little compact DeWalt shop vac that I use, and I can have that right next to it, turn that on, turn on my saw, and have no mess whatsoever. It's one of my favorite features about the ModSaw. Additionally, for squaring your cuts, it includes a 400 grit sandpaper small disc right off to the side where you can square it off, and then you can also test and spin your arrows. Now, the MSRP on a standard ModSaw kit is going to be $170, $169.99. If you were interested, and I highly recommend paying the small premium, the ModSaw Deluxe Saw Kit is $210, $209.99. Now, you might be asking, what's the difference in the standard versus the Deluxe ModSaw Kit? Now, both of them are going to come with one diamond-coated blade pre-installed. You're going to get a squaring post with the 400 grit sandpaper installed. The Deluxe will come with 5 additional sandpapers, and the standard will come with 5 additional sandpaper, small round discs, and the Deluxe comes with 15. So you're getting 10 extra sandpapers. Both are going to have a wobble indicator. On the standard, you're going to have a set of steel bearing posts to spin your arrow on, versus the Deluxe, you're going to have a ceramic set of bearings to spin your arrows on. The next biggest feature and the main difference of why I would pay the money for the Deluxe is carbon to carbon rear rest to accurately measure your arrow length of cutting, versus the swappable rest in the Deluxe that allows you to have a knock-in feature, meaning you don't have to remove the nocks on your shafts in order to cut. This, you leave the nocks on, you clip them on, and measure from there, which is ideal for me. Now, the Deluxe also comes with an extra blade, that 1.5 inch diamond coated wheel, where the standard is not going to have that. It's just going to come with the one pre-installed. All right, so let's go ahead and I'm going to show you how this baby works. For the purpose of this exercise, I'm going to be using a gold tip Warrior arrow shaft. It's carbon, and what's really great about these is if you're a first-time builder, these are actually some of my favorite arrows. I like the simple black look to them, black and white, and I can build as much as I want on those colors, but they're also very cost effective. I paid $65 for a dozen arrows. So it makes it nice if you're starting to get into arrow building, but you're nervous about messing up or, damaging it. You no longer have to pay that upcharge when you go to check out to buy your arrow shafts anymore. Do it at home and have the control to do it the way you want it done. All right, so we're gonna get started. As I mentioned, the Deluxe ModSaw has an attachment that has the knock end. So we're gonna be cutting with the knocks on these arrows. So the cool thing here is on the ModSaw, it will actually show you the numbers, the length here. So we are going to be cutting these to 29.5. So I have set the dial to 29.5. And I know that by this little triangle here that's very precise. Wherever that is telling me the length that it's going to be set to. The blade is located over here in this little device. It's very, very quiet. I can easily talk over that sound. My vacuum is much louder than the saw itself. Something I like to do is once I have set my desired length, I will move this to precisely the middle to help offer a little support to the arrow. So for this exercise, we'll stick it close to, let's call it 17. All right, so once your knock is locked in, what you're going to do is once you turn on the blade, you are going to turn your arrows toward the blade. Okay, so the blade is spinning towards you and you are turning your arrow towards the blade. All right, so here we go. And bam, just like that, we have a nice cut arrow. So what you can do now is put it on your wheels, and there is my sandpaper in here, 400 grit sandpaper disc, and I'm just going to kind of square it off, spin it nicely on there, and just like that. What a perfect arrow. Let's go ahead and get the rest of these babies cut. One thing that I do recommend, if you are in a situation that you can mount your ModSaw down, it's going to be ideal because it does tend to want to move a little bit, or maybe have an skid mat below it just to help avoid any movement that can obviously affect your arrow cut. All right, now let's give her a go. So now that you've had the chance to see how the saw works, I think that you can also agree with me at how quick and easy it is to cut precise arrows in your home. Thanks for watching. If you want to share your own experiences or you have any additional questions, be sure to leave a comment below. And don't forget to like and subscribe, and make sure you click that notification button to get more archery related reviews. Until then, stay creative and keep building.